Shalom, shalom. I want to start by giving all praises and glory and honor to the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. My name is Brother Apak from the Camp Prophets in Babylon, down here in Tampa Bay, Florida. And I want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Grand Millstone who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. And I want to get into a quick lesson on this video. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible because my screen recording right now is acting up, so I guess it's giving me a short time to do lessons now. But this is a video from Arrows of Indignation 144, and it's titled "Strong, Independent, and Alone Feminism did a number on you women in Babylon." All right, and I'm just gonna grab the first couple of clips. I'm gonna skip to the part I wanted to get to, and just play it from there. Lord willing, you Hakeem are edified.
At home to love me and support me.
I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. And this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. All the while my husband had found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband.
He pursued me a year prior to this. Yes.
Right.
And so he kept trying, and he would see me out.
Why didn't, within that year he pursued you, what made you not want him?
I thought he was too nice. I thought I would walk all over him, and I was going...
I thought he was too nice.
She thought wrong.
Oh, I did. I thought wrong.
I don't know what it is. There is this thought out there, this desire out there. I want me a soldier. I want me a hard dude. I want me this and that and the other thing. And those are the worst guys to get because they're not nice to you. You get a nice guy and you're worried like, I don't want him. Why wouldn't you want a nice guy? I mean, they always say nice guy finish last. That's because women are foolish.
I agree.
So yeah, man, as you hear, a lot of these women, that were basically, prideful, wicked in their younger ages, they starting to, go throughout life, all right, and experience this life. And, they probably did the first guy, pretty bad, and he probably actually loved her and everything, and he was treating her pretty well. But now they start to regret the decisions they made, all right, because this is the reality of, a lot of women, all right, because they're young and foolish and they want to live their lives in pleasure, and deal with different men and go from one man to another man to another man, and ultimately it's just devaluing themselves, man, all right, as the elder woman was saying, all right, because she's older, man, so she's experienced all of it, and she was just telling you how she had a husband, all right, and because she had a senior position in her job, she had all these different things, she looked at him, belittled him, all right, and divorced him, and that guy was probably sad about that too, but now she's starting to, or now she regrets it, or not starting to, but she regrets it because, ultimately, probably, for a long time been feeling this way, all right, but now she regrets it because of the fact that, all right, she was adding on, to her body count and losing value at the same time, and ultimately doing that can also, stop a lot of women from pair bonding with one man, all right, where she can no longer pair bond with one man because now she hadn't experienced another man, and that man doesn't have the same qualities that he has, and this man does it better, and all these different things, which cause a lot of tension within the relationship that she's in. All right. So a lot of these women, you know, are just, foolish. All right. And they allow themselves to get into a predicament where once they are older, you know, they are a single baby mother. All right. So I'm going to get these 2 scriptures that, you know, brothers left in the comments, and then I'm going to get a few on my own. I'm trying to close this out. This is this guy's name is Ashba 144. He dropped Job 39 verse 17. It says, because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have imparted to her understanding. So a lot of these women don't have the wisdom and understanding to know this, to understand this. All right, so that's why it's Salakia. That's why it's a good thing to have a father figure within the households. But Esau, you know, destroyed that, so it can end up like this, man. Our women are going on to different men. They can't pair bond. They can't actually have a family and build a family with one man because of the fact that these women, you know, their mind is so built around being, you know, pleasured. All right, that they go and seek out many men. All right, and those men, you know, ultimately destroy that woman mentally. All right, to where she can't even have one man. All right, so a lot of these women, you know, over time they start to regret and understand, you know, the situation they had got put in, that, you know, probably the first man tried to explain to her before time, but she couldn't understand that because she was too busy living in pleasure. Another scripture one of the brethren dropped in the comment, it says Yahweh 14, Proverbs 31:30 says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord shall be praised. So, you know, that favor is deceitful, man. All right. You know, she's deceiving you. A lot of these women do that to, you know, come around and, you know, they act like, you know, the good woman, and they love you and do all these different things, all right, to deceive you a lot of times. All right. And most of these women are just wicked, and they use their beauty, all right, to deceive you as well. All right. But ultimately, these women have nothing to offer. All right. They have nothing to offer but, you know, some ass and, you know, their pretty faces. All right. But ultimately that, you know, gets old over time, and this woman doesn't know how to cook, or she doesn't, you know, value herself as a woman. All right. To where she's a harlot in the streets, man. All right. And that's why, you know, once you come to this truth, you understand how to deal with these women and what women to deal with. All right. Because a lot of these women are not even, you know, worthy of being dealt with by men of the Lord, because they don't even fear the Lord. They don't understand the fear of the Lord, all right, to understand that they can't just be going out and committing adultery, all right, with men, from man to man to man, all right, committing adultery and adding all these bodies upon themselves, all right, and then expect later on to settle down, man. All right, that's not how it works. So a lot of these women are starting to regret the reality, you know, of this of their choices, man. You know, the consequences. It goes on. It says 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 6. It says, but she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. All right, this is one of the scriptures I grabbed, Salakia. But it says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So a lot of these women live in pleasure. All right, and ultimately they are dead while they live. They're spiritually dead, mentally dead. That's why you look in the woman's eyes, you know, she you know, it's darkness. It's not even a spark in her eyes. It's just darkness, because she liveth in that pleasure. All right, she been, you know, she had a lot of men inside her. All right, and so like I'm trying to get this scripture as well. I'm trying to make this quick as possible before my screen record, you know, close out. But she sleeps with a lot of men as possible, and ultimately that destroys her mentally. All right, this is Micah chapter 7 verse 10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God? Mine eyes shall behold her, and now shall she be trodden down as mire in the streets. So ultimately, you know, a lot of these women, all right, that we have dealt with, brothers have dealt with, you know, have became our enemies, man. All right, they disrespected us, mocked our faith, mocked the Lord. All right. And ultimately, in due time, they're gonna have to get what's theirs, man. The reality. you know, they're gonna have to catch on to the reality. So once all hell does break loose, all right, a lot of those women are going to be destroyed, man. The Lord's going to judge them for their actions against the man of the Lord, all right, against brethren, man. You know, so ultimately, man, these women are, you know, are starting to feel that reality and feel the, you know, the consequences of their actions, and they're starting to regret it. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect and the ones listening in. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Once again, double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who teach and rule well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.